Initial D references in Tokyo Xtreme Racer. Now we have taken a look at all the Metropolitan Highway racing games for the Dreamcast and the PlayStation 2. Time to find a way to play these games on the go. The next game we have is a portable game, Street Supremacy for a PlayStation Portable. In Japan it was just called Shutoko Battle. This time you can join a team yourself. Most of the rivals return from previous games. One of the returning rivals is Shooting Star, Yuichi Iketani, the leader of the Fine Drive team. His description is pretty much the same as in the previous game. Again, he has no personal similarities to neither Yuichi or Iketani from Initial D. The leader of the Rotor exclusive team RR is this time called Platinum Prince, Toshihiko Soraotera, a 27-year-old software company employee. He drives an RX-7 FC. He manages one of his father's companies, Kugyoji Enterprises, and applies his leadership skills and charisma to running his racing team. Many people try to befriend him for his money, especially since he is generous and always eager to help. With his natural ability and his endless data collection, he is a shrewd driver indeed. His car is equipped with state-of-the-art parts, including a CPU he programmed himself. He excels at mid-speed driving and is always calm during a race. The number 2 driver of the team is again cornering artist Toshitsuki Soraotera, a 24-year-old avant-garde artist. He drives an RX-7 FD. Always want to look up to his older brother, he followed the Platinum Prince into Tokyo racing. Personable and well liked by the older drivers, he is also a freelance artist whose racing-inspired work has earned acclaim the world over. Though rough around the edges, his car's rigidity is near perfect. One of his signatures is barely missing another car as he passes. This has earned him a reputation not as a risky driver, but as one who truly enjoys the thrill of racing. The two brothers have new last names from before, but their descriptions remain the same. In a team called The Road of Justice, there is a driver, Fighting Nemoto, Sei Konpon, who drives a Subaru Legacy PL5. He is a 31-year-old noodle restaurant owner. Inspired by his hero, All Ears is the leader of the team by the way, to start racing, he also shares the grand ambition to be the best driver on the Tokyo highway. He loves his car so much, he drives it on the job, delivering noodles. He's a perfectionist who welcomes a challenge. He'll intimidate opponents by barely missing them in a turn, but besides that, he generally prefers to capitalize on mistakes made by his opponents. He says that he's never spilled a drop of dipping sauce that he keeps in his cup holder. Being a delivery driver who keeps some sort of liquid in his cup holder is clearly a reference to Takumi Fujiwara in Initial D. There is also the similarity of driving a Subaru. Among the teamless wanderers, we can meet a Nissan Gloria HY34, driven by original Evening Star, Kyo Takahashi. As with Yuichi Iketani, there are no connections to Initial D apart from the name that is similar to Ryosuke Takahashi. Also a wanderer, our old acquaintance Takuya, this time translated as Super Shifter Takuya. His last name has also changed, Takuya Hakiura, 27 years old, drives an AE86 and works as a tofu distributor. He made a name for himself in drift racing and has used those abilities to establish an impressive record on the Tokyo highway. He takes good care of his car, but isn't very good with people. He needs a good lieutenant to be an effective leader. He drifts through downhill corners and uses grip techniques for the uphill ones. His insightful use of gravity when cornering is a sight to behold, but on flat roads he uses an overly complex style that actually slows him down. So he has lost his team and is driving an 8.6 again. His driving remains unchanged. On the next generation of video game consoles, we have a game called Shutoko Battle X. Because if you count all the games in the series in a specific way, then it is probably the 10th game, I really don't know. Outside Japan, it is called Import Tuner Challenge, so at first you might not even think this game is connected with the series. This game was released for the Xbox 360 in 2006. It is a very rare sight to see a Japanese game being an Xbox 360 exclusive. The game has some characters from the previous installments, but not many we are interested in. The head of the Rotary Team, RR, Platinum Prince, is now a boss character. His profile reads, "The scion of a wealthy big business. Snake Eyes took out his team, so he's out solo for revenge. He lost his brother in an accident and his wife left him. So now racing is his only reason for living. He has a reputation for theory-based racing and inputs lots of data gathered into his car. He's good at cornering but better at straight speed. He's aggressive and changes lanes freely. He's not a reference to Ryosuke anymore as he used to be, but his story arc throughout the series got this not so happy ending here." That's it for the highway racing games. Now let's go back in time a year. Racing Battle C1 Grand Prix was released for the PlayStation 2 in 2005. This is a spin-off that focuses on circuit racing instead of highway racing, although you can still race on the Tokyo highway circuit. This game was exclusively released in Japan for the PlayStation 2. Many of the characters and teams return from the previous games. One of the returning teams is the all 4-wheel drive Team Commander, but still there's not much special about them apart from the name and them exclusively driving 4-wheel drive cars. A more interesting returning opponent is Lightning Shift Takuya. He is an independent racer. His real name is Takuya Hagiwara. He has been driving for 3 years and he works as a noodle vendor. His motto is "Make gravity your ally." His description reads, "Field 2 Rank P Master, Steel Heart, and if you defeat him, you can be promoted to Rank A." He was originally the leader of Diamond Image, but was scouted by the Master because of his genius drift technique. Together with the 8.6, a one-off made for him, he stands as a wall for mid-level drivers. He has changed from vending tofu to vending noodles. His special car is called Udon Custom. The car is almost identical to the Fujiwara Tofu Shop 8.6 from Initial D. The decal on the side reads Fujita Udon Shop. If you don't know, udon is a type of noodle. You can buy the car for yourself too, for the price of 10 million. There are still many references left in the series. Next time we will head into the mountain passes. Don't miss it. Initial D references in Tokyo Xtreme Racer.